All right, there we go. What is going on, everyone? Having a little bit of technical difficulties. That is okay. I think we've overcome it, and now we can get to the fun here. Happy Tuesday. How the heck are you guys doing? It is another rainy day here in Green Bay. Just editing some players, getting some people in, getting ready for another week. We got Ron checking in. Good to see you, Ron. Good to see you as always, my friend. All right, let's we got the giveaway link I got to do before we get into this. Not going to try to linger too long cuz I want to get into the game. Steve, good to see you, my friend. There is the giveaway link for you. Enter it, and we'll be doing the drawing later as always. Oh, we got Chris. How you been, Ben? The funny thing is, Chris, how you say that? I'll share it just so everyone can kind of see it. That's what my one grandpa always says to me every single time I see him. How you been, Ben? It's his go-to bit. So I love it. Oh man. Oh, Steve. Steve says, sorry I missed last week. I was in Disney World. Well, if there was ever a reason to miss, that was it. You missed a good game. We had a lot of fun. But it was good to have you back. How was Disney World? Let's see. Disney World's the one in Florida, right? Yeah, Disney World's the one in Florida. Oh, we got Mr. Tully in here. What's up, everyone? Just got the first mow of the season. Dude, that's crazy. We have a weekly award. Who got it? Ron with the player of the week. NFC player of the week. First time for Ron. Had a great game. I think we can do even better. That's crazy that you already got a mow in, Tully. I feel like we all right, let's get playing this game. We are just getting rain, man. Just a ton of rain. That's all we're getting. Rain. We have like flood warnings right now. It's storming right now. So if the stream suddenly dies, it's because my power went out. I have no control over that. So I'm sorry in advance. But if the stream suddenly dies, that's why. Ron's hyping up the home crowd, getting ready for it. He's player of the week. He's feeling good. He's on his way to being the best quarterback in the NFL if he isn't already. Steve, we made some changes last week. We Ron decided to change his number. Changed him to number 4. Number 13 just didn't feel fitting. And then we moved Patrick to returner as well as corner to try to get him some extra attention. Not everyone can be a wrecking ball on the line like you, Steve. Jay, good to see you, my friend. Jay says, how's the weather there? Are you staying safe? Yeah, I mean, thankfully, I don't have to worry about flooding too much where I live. I'm kind of up on a hill, so everything kind of flows down. But the waters are definitely high by us. I'm curious. My wife said she went to was trying to go to the one store today, and a road was closed due to high water. And it looks like we're getting more rain now and more storms. How about yourself, Jay? I know last time we talked, you were in the middle of the tornado coming right at you. So glad to see you're staying safe. Staying safe, my friend. Steve said Disney was awesome except the weather. And he's already mowed 3 times. My gosh. Maybe I'm just that far behind. My yard's like a swamp right now. My son and I were outside playing yesterday, and he has like a little motorized truck thing that we drive around, and it was very wet in our yard. Let's see here. Ray says I got traded to the Eagles. When did that happen? What? I'm confused. I got traded to the Eagles. Am I missing something? Oh boy, I'm just getting torched. Not a good start, guys. Not a good start, but we'll bounce back. Hey, Brad, good to see you. Good to see you. Go Tiger Cats. Don't know what the Tiger Cats are. I don't know if you're saying the Motor City Kitties. Is that what you guys call them? Up in the old Canada is the Tiger Cats. Got torched right off the rip. That's all right. Jay says it's supposed to hit here in about an hour. Hopefully, Lake Michigan will make it die down. That's how it always seems to go, right? Like you always have the kind of the lake effect that can help with that. That either it makes it way worse or it helps with it. We're kind of the same in Green Bay when we get big snowstorms or big snowstorms heading our way. You're like, oh, I don't know if the bay is going to stop it or if we're going to see it amplified because of the bay. Let's see if we can't establish a run game ourselves. Ooh, MJ got rocked there. I did add some pieces last week when I was playing. Some people oh, Kirby's already on the board. Some people asked to be in the game. So we have Nathan now as a receiver. And then I think Ronnie we moved to, or we made him our kicker. So all right, Matt, do your job. Can't touch Ron. All right, let's go, Ron. Let's go. Jay says, how about them basketball Wolverines? I think that's college. Dude, I am so in the dark when it comes to most other sports other than football. I don't follow anything. I pretty much just watch football and that's it. All right, we had a nice bounce back of our own. Marched down the field pretty effortlessly. Let's see if Ronnie can't bang this up through the. Oh, they're gonna block it. Oh, we got it off. You always can tell when they're gonna block it when you get that weird like delay animation. It kind of gives it the setup that they're going to block it, but they didn't get there fast enough. Instead, they got a roughing the kicker, which we will accept. We're going to do a normal kickoff. Let's see if we can't get a high one. And we're going to have to do it about, I don't know, half the way or something like that. We'll see. Game's already glitching out. Good old Madden. Dude, I have no idea what that was, but all right then. Oh, the Wolverines. Did they won the NCAA, the NCAA March Madness, right? Is that what it is? Dude, I did not watch a second of March Madness. I just I saw some big upsets, and I know a lot of people really love March Madness, but it is just not my jam. Dude, are they just gonna? Is that Barry Sanders back there? What's going on here? He's just torching us. All right, let's try to counterbalance this here. Feel free to drop some questions if you guys have them, whether it's about football, life, random fun things. I know Jay's asking me about the Wolverines. I'm worthless when it comes to that, but yeah, I know. I have some friends that are Michigan fans, so I know they were pretty jacked about the Wolverines winning the March Madness. All right, Steve. Steve's showing up. Now we're set. Yeah, I just cannot believe the amount of like rain we're all of a sudden getting and the amount of storms that we have going on. All right, where's this defense? Defense needs to get a stop here. Steve, we need you to step up here. I don't know if me controlling you is going to make it any better, but we're going to give it a try. Nope. Hey, at least we forced the fourth down here. Man, the NFL draft is what, 2 weeks away? We're flying up on it. That's pretty crazy to think. Also pretty crazy to think that last year this time we had, we're kind of amping up and getting ready for the draft. I saw the memory on my Facebook page of the draft stage being built. It's pretty crazy that that's already been almost a year now at this point. The NFL draft was such a blast. It was, man, I've said this a few times, but it's one of those things that I'll never forget that I got to experience that. And I hope I get to do it again. Steve, oh, look at this. QB rushing leaders. Ron is leading the league. Steve says, what is my favorite aroma? Oh, boy. I mean, I think my default thought on this right away, get going, MJ. Take this to the house. Let's go. I think my favorite, by default, my first thought, my favorite aroma is probably like freshly brewed coffee. Like coffee is Coffee's my kryptonite, man. I love coffee. I drink way too much of it, and I am not ashamed of it at all. Um, Dude, Steve, that's what we're missing last week. We're missing the out of the box questions. Um, we'll kick. I kept forgetting. Last week I forgot to mention that I'll do if whoever asks the best question or the one I like the most, I should say, I'll throw in an extra entry for the giveaway. So feel free to keep dropping some questions. I think questions makes the stream go around. So they're always fun to answer any random questions you guys have. Chad, you said I missed one last week. I don't know if this is the one you're asking here, but let me get this play and then we'll see where we're at. Chad says, "Is it a coincidence? The same week you change Ron from 13 to 4, and then Wicks gets traded to the Eagles. Unlucky 13." Hey, maybe that's what Ray was talking about earlier. Wicks getting traded. Yeah. Hey, maybe the Packers are watching my stream and they're just like, 13 is just not it. I was pretty surprised that we traded Wicks. I was also pretty surprised that Wicks, like he was a later pick, right? I think he was a 5th round pick. So to get what you drafted him at and then some is always a huge win. We got Steve back with another one. But I was surprised to see that we got rid of him. I feel like, yes, we have some, talent on our wide receiver room, but also at the same time, we got rid of Romeo. You have Matthew, which is great. But there's room for talent in there. So I don't know if they're concerned about not being able to get him the reps, if they're concerned about his contract. He was heading into his final year of his contract. Maybe they're like, hey, we're not going to be able to resign him anyway, so we might as well move on from him. I just don't know. I don't know what, why they decided to move on from him unless they're loading up for something else. I don't know the answer to that. Jay says draft is next week. Is it already next week, Thursday? Is that right? I was thinking it was the 28th or the maybe you're right, man. I was thinking it was the last weekend. Rod's taking this. Watch out, losers. Ron look at this. Ron's athletic. That's all we're gonna say about him. Chris says regret not coming to the draft, but next time, if there is a next time. Yeah, man, it's one of those things because it's tough, with where you're at. It's tough because it's expensive, one, to get up here. And then staying in hotels and all that stuff gets expensive. So like I get it. I get like people who didn't opt to come up here. With me being fortunate enough to live in Green Bay, I was going to be down there. Oh, Matt Ramage again. Always something with him. I was fortunate enough to be able to be down there really at no cost to me. I was already in Green Bay. My house was a zoo, but other than that, there's really no cost to me to do so. MJ's here. MJ, you popped off so far in this game. You have 2 touchdowns. You had a long run, I think like a 60-yard run. You've popped off so far. So good to see you, man. Good to see you show up in the stream as well as in the game. Yeah, Dakota's still not catching. Let's see here. Chad says last week I asked what Mason's favorite thing from Easter was. Oh man. He just, he liked the egg hunt. I don't think he had like a particular thing. I think Mason really likes the idea of like candy, but I don't think he necessarily cares a ton about it. He'll eat candy, but he just doesn't really care. He likes the idea of it more. Ooh, Ron coming in with a throwback question. I love this. Ron says, what class or activity did you most enjoy in high school? Oh boy, class or activity. I think one thing, is that Steve wrecking it? In high school, I found a loophole while I was in high school. So I did not I did not want to take chemistry, and you had to take chemistry. I did not want to take chemistry. I do not like science. It's just not my it's not my jam. Um, and I took food science for one class. I really love food science. Probably as I reflect on my time in school, that was probably my favorite class I had taken was food science. Food science was really fun because it was the science of food. Shocker by the name. But we did fun things like we made homemade root beer, and our homemade root beer turned alcoholic. And so the teacher took a drink of it and she's like, "Oh, you guys cannot have this one," and dumped it all out. But it was really interesting to see the process of how these things are made. And I love cooking, and I think a lot of my love for cooking came from taking these foods classes. Well, in high school, going back to it, I did not want to take chemistry. I had no interest in taking chemistry, and I was dreading taking chemistry. Everyone complained about chemistry. Chemistry, it's so hard. Just whatever. Well, I found a loophole. I could take biology too, which was a much easier class, and I could take food science too to get a full credit. So I did not have to take chemistry, which was awesome. So to answer your question, Ron, which I love that question, um, my favorite class was like my foods classes. Shout out to Miss Turgeson. Miss Turgeson was the best, but honestly, it really planted a seed in for me loving cooking. I still love cooking. I'm still a picky eater. She hated that when I was in her class, but um, not as picky as I was then. But yeah, great question, Ron. Oh, Steve says, "Do you like deviled eggs? If so, sweet or not sweet?" I have no idea, sweet or not sweet. I've never heard. Oh, not good, not good. The pass was there, just didn't get the effort from the receiver. Um, I've never heard sweet or not sweet for deviled eggs. I have no idea the difference between that. Um, I I don't know. Deviled eggs don't really do a whole lot for me. Um, I don't know. I guess I don't have them enough to like. It's not my go-to by any means. It's not something I actually like look forward to. Um, so I wouldn't necessarily. Oh my gosh, my game's laggy. Holy cow. Um, yeah, like we threw an interception there, but something's going on with my game from a leggy perspective there. That was a mess. That was all a mess. Um, anyway, yeah, so I wouldn't say I like deviled eggs, but I wouldn't say I dislike them either. It really depends. I'm not a huge mayo guy, and I know the yolks get whipped with them, or right, you mix them up with the yolks. So I don't know. The texture's kind of weird for me. It's one of those things. I don't really doesn't do a whole lot for me. Alfonso, good to see you, my friend. Always good to see you, man. That's quite the play suggestion here, but okay. All right. Hey, we got Patrick in the building. Give me 1 second, Patrick. Dude, is that Steve again? That's 2.5, I think, for Steve. MJ says, besides Pittsburgh or Green Bay, dream living location for you and your family. Why? Be a Southern person or Northern person. Is that Steve again? No, that's Casey. Okay. Be a Southern person or a Northern person with cold and snow. I would. I mean, besides Green Bay, if I weren't in Green Bay and if I weren't going to go to Pittsburgh, I would probably go to. I should have probably called some of these timeouts, but that's fine. I would probably want to live in like the. I don't think I could afford it, but in the Madison, Wisconsin area, I really like Madison. All right, Patrick. I really like Madison as a whole. I think that'd be a fun city to live in. I don't know. That's tough. I guess I've never really thought about it a ton because, like, I know I'll never, like, I don't foresee myself ever leaving Green Bay. So, um, it's tough. But I think probably Madison. I like the Madison area. I couldn't afford to live in Madison, but the area itself would be nice. Patrick says, besides Madden, of course, favorite video game or video game genre. So I'll tell you, my favorite video game of all time. Uh, And one that I still play is RuneScape. I've been playing that game for way too long. You take breaks, of course, but so it's like an RPG, an online RPG. There's a lot of people that play it, but it's definitely the game that I've put the most amount of hours into because you're never done with it. So I still play that a fair bit. Not a fair bit, but like in the evenings, when my kiddo goes to bed and uh, my wife and I are just hanging out. She's playing on her phone. I'll be playing RuneScape on my phone or on my laptop. But that's probably my favorite game of all time. But there are a lot of games that I've enjoyed over the years. Sports games have always been one that I enjoy. Madden's cool. It's one that I enjoyed a lot more when I was younger, and as I get older, it's just not the same. I'm a lot more like just chill with games nowadays. Um, let's see here. Steve always asks. Steve always asks like such a wide variety of questions. Man, I love that so much. Steve says, if someone offered you season tickets and you had a choice of club seats or front row in the end zone with the chance of being part of the Lambeau Leap, which would you choose? Oh man, that's easy. All day long, I'm doing Lambeau Leap, and I'm not even a big sitting close guy. I like to sit up a little bit higher, but I've sat. Oh, he said club seats. Are you saying indoor or outdoor? Because that changes things. If it's outdoor club seat, I'd honestly, if it's outdoor club seat, I might take that, depending on where it is. If it was club seats in the middle of the field versus Lambeau Leap, I'm probably taking club seats. I think the Lambeau Leap section is like super fun, but like if you think about it, half the game when they're on the other side of the field, dude, you are not seeing anything. You're kind of watching the jumbotron, or at least with club seats, I don't know, club seats you can. I like watching the game. I like seeing things kind of develop and break down, and I think that's a lot of fun. So that's probably the route I'd go. Oh boy, I have no idea what I'm calling here. Throw it. Yeah, get rid of it, Ron. Good play. Good play, Ron. Good play. Good play. Good play. As if I'm not the one controlling these things here. Hey, Sweat Coda's here. Now we can really start. Sway Coda's here, so let's see if we can't get him something. We got Tully over here. Tully, you're gonna come in and you're gonna curl. You're gonna sit down right there. I was hoping you're gonna go up a little bit more. All right, Ron's just gonna take it. Easy points. Patrick, man, so many good questions here tonight. Appreciate you guys all asking these. I think it makes it fun just to answer random questions. I got to ask you guys one too. So before I ask or read some of these next ones, let me ask you this, and I'll tell you mine too. What is your favorite piece of collection? Your favorite piece? What is your favorite item in your Packers collection? It doesn't necessarily have to be something super expensive. It doesn't have to be some big piece. Oh boy. It doesn't have to be some big piece of memorabilia. What is your favorite piece of Packers memorabilia or your favorite piece in your Packers collection? For me, the most meaningful and my favorite item I own that is Packers related is a quilt my grandma made me that says, "We love our Green Bay Packers," and it's a quilt, so it's like a nice, old lady looking quilt. But my grandma made it for me, and it has cutouts of cheese and cutouts of beer steins. And my grandma passed back in 2018, so just something that makes me think of her every time I see it. I have it tucked away for safekeeping, which she'd probably be upset about because she always thought that those quilts are meant to be used and meant to be seen and out, but I'm scared that it's going to get damaged and it means too much for me to utilize it like that. But that is the favorite, has to be my favorite item I own that is Packers related, just because my grandma made it for me and I miss her immensely. But what is your favorite item in your collection, or favorite Packer item you own? Um, let's see here. We have Patrick says, "What's your dream Super Bowl prediction for teams? Who would you truly want to see in the Super Bowl?" Patrick, I'm going to assume you mean non-Packers, because my dream scenario is obviously always Packers. Probably Packers Bills, with the Packers winning it. Dream non-Packers, which is a much harder question because it's harder to think. I think of a harder to think. Get out of here. 22 is too slow for MJ. Dude, MJ's having a game. What is that? How many yards is that for MJ now? We got to look. MJ's having himself a game. Let's look at the stats here. Player stats. MJ's at 211 yards rushing on 8 attempts. It's too easy for MJ. These Lions just can't handle it. Dream Super Bowl scenario, non-Packers. I still think it's Bills. In the NFC, who is my dream NFC team that is not the Packers? We're obviously not going the NFC North. NFC West, Rams, no. 49ers, no. Who is an NFC team that I do not despise? Cowboys, no. Boy, that's the tough one, is to think of the NFC team. I'm gonna go. I would love to see. It really depends on the players on the team too, because my favorite Super Bowl still, I think, of all time, non-Packers, of course, is that Super Bowl, the 2008 season, the Steelers and Cardinals. One of the most fantastic Super Bowl games of all time, in my opinion. I really wanted the Cardinals to win that one. But so I'll say Bills Cardinals would be my dream Super Bowl matchup. But I think the Bills winning would be my ideal scenario. Once again, preface it with the fact that the Packers were not in the Super Bowl. If the Packers were in it, I think my dream Super Bowl would be Packers Bills, with the Packers obviously winning. Great question, man. Throwing me off. MJ said, "I would love to live in northern Wisconsin. So beautiful in the fall. Madison has some beautiful areas as well." Yeah, dude. I mean, yeah, I feel like Wisconsin just has so many nice areas that you can be. I wouldn't mind being a little bit up north. I don't know that I would want to deal with like the crazy weather that kind of comes with being further up north. Steve says indoor. So of course, if it's an indoor club seat, Steve, then I'm taking Lambeau Leap. Joshua says, "Your picture I bought." Oh, Joshua, you're too kind, man. Yeah, I appreciate. I did some photography stuff back in the day, a long time ago now, and I printed out some pictures. And Joshua bought one from me. Met him at Legend Larry's, and he snagged one from me. So still appreciate that, man. That was I have one. I have one in my on my stairs going downstairs, and yeah, it's a fun little. Holy cow! Dakota caught one. Patrick says his favorite item is the autographed 8x10 Brett Favre photo he got from my mom. First piece of my collection. Dude, that's a cool thing. I think anytime you have those like sentimental purposes, or those items from a sentimental perspective, obviously Favre is one that's loved by so many for what he's done on the field. And so I think that's an awesome item. That should be my question next week, is like, what was your holy cow, Dakota? Let's go, buddy. Let's go. That should be my next question next week. Like, what's your first piece of Packers memorabilia you got? All right. MJ says, "Is your wife dedicated to the Packers like you?" My wife is. I wouldn't say she's dedicated like me, but my wife is a Packers fan, big Packers fan. We watch every game together. Um, we've been to a lot of games together. Uh, she is a big fan. She doesn't go into the weeds and follow it as closely as I do, but she loves the Packers. She watches every game. We're teaching our son to be all about the Packers, and yeah, she's a big supporter as well. I mean, we had our wedding reception at Lambeau Field, so you got to be somewhat of a Packers fan to let your wedding reception be at Lambeau Field. Sorry, my mouse is being weird, so I had to click over here. Steve says, I have some green and yellow chocolate covered sunflower seeds in a jar that says Cheesehead Vitamins. Got it from some hole in the wall gas station coming home from training camp. What? Green and yellow chocolate covered sunflower seeds. Cheesehead Vitamins. That might be the most unique thing I have ever heard. To be honest with you, I've never even heard of that. Cheesehead Vitamins. That's hilarious. Patrick said, "Oh, of course, always Packers for Super Bowl." Yep, of course. Ron says my favorite items are bobbleheads. Interesting, Ron. Do you go like the retro ones, or do you always kind of scoop up what's because the pro shop pushes them out? Do you generally scoop those up, or are you a retro chaser? MJ says that deserves a bonus. Let's see here. Chad says, having my name in the wall at Lambeau Field is so cool. Having a replica brick at our house. Big Dog's gloves from family night. Yeah, the Big Dogs thing's super awesome. Dude, Patrick just lays the wood and then lets his receiver catch it. Oh, no, he didn't catch it. That was a fourth down. They went for it. Never mind. I was like, Patrick's just out here laying the wood. He doesn't even care about going for the interception. He's just going to lay the wood. All right, we're obviously running this. I can hurdle, right? Get out of here, bum. Get out of here. Patrick says Packers versus Chiefs Super Bowl would be epic. Ooh, that'd be another really fun one. I think the whole Chiefs fatigue thing is real for me though, so I don't want to see the Chiefs be in another one. But Chad, going back to yours, man, the Big Dog gloves are so cool. Like that's such a cool piece to have. Um, oh, he got laid out. That's such a cool piece to have. And then of course the bricks. The brick at Lambeau Field is priceless. I need to get one of those one day. I need to should tell my wife to do that. Oh boy. That was not good. Patrick says, of course, also my Packers polo that belonged to my grandpa, the one who made me into a Packers fan. Though that's a priceless item as well. Patrick, my question for you with that is, do you find yourself ever wearing it? Like I feel like if I had something sentimental like that, I probably wouldn't ever wear it for the sake of being worried that something was going to happen to it that wrecks it. Tully, come on, man. All right, let's go for it. We're up by enough. We can go for it. I would be too worried. Like one of my grandpas made me a cutting board and I don't even use it because I'm like, I just don't want to wreck it. And he's like, I made it for that. And it's like, yeah, but still, I don't want to wreck it. Tully's down there somewhere. Look at that. Money. Oh, Dakota, I missed your question about Jack. I have not finished The Shining yet. I think I have about 5 hours left in it. I was listening to it a little bit today. The hotel is getting a little creepy. Let's see. Oh, we shanked that one. Doc just what did he do? It's hard because I pause it and I come back to it and then I feel like I'm in something. So he just did something with the clock and then he was calling for help from Dick because everything's getting crazy. There's a whole lot of craziness going on right now. Um, but yeah, it's I don't know. The hedges just tried to attack him and Jack's losing his mind. It's crazy. Let's see here. MJ says that's awesome to have a reception there. So jealous. um, Ron says he likes all bobbleheads. There are some really cool, just like older vintage bobbleheads that you see out and about. But even nowadays, they make some really fun newer ones too. Well, Stephen with another one. I think he had a game winner the other week, and now he just snagged another pick on the year. Ooh, MJ, good question here. MJ says favorite '90s movie or book. I wasn't a huge reader back in the '90s, but my favorite movie from the '90s. Man, there's a lot. There's a lot of movies I really like. Oh, get out of here! Another one, MJ. Did he get it? Oh, they rigged that one. MJ was in on that one. We're gonna make sure he gets this. He needs 3 on the day. But favorite movie. Let's go, MJ. Favorite movie from the '90s right now. If I'm thinking about it, one that I remember very fondly, and it's not that great of a movie, but it's one that's just like a nostalgic hit for me. I think is Mystery Men. A lot of people probably haven't seen it. It had a lot of. I mean, maybe I'm downplaying it. It had a big cast back in the day. There was a lot of like really well known people in it, so it's I don't know. It's a weird sense of humor, but I remember watching it in theaters as a kid, and I just absolutely loved the movie. And then I didn't see it for the longest time. And for my birthday a couple years ago, I just had like an old movie, like a throwback movie day, made some popcorn, hung out, and watched Mystery Men. Very stupid movie, but man, I don't know if you guys have that too, where you watch movies when you're a kid and you absolutely love it, and when you watch it as an adult, it's maybe doesn't. It's not as great, but you're still like, okay, I love this movie just because I remember it so fondly. That's kind of how Mystery Men is for me. Patrick says he's worn it a few times, the polo that his grandpa had, but he wants to frame it. Honestly, I don't blame you there, man. Steve said just sent you a picture of the vitamins. I'll have to try to pull it up so we can see it together after this. Ooh, Chris, this is a good one here. Chris said, "What is your favorite family tradition, holiday or not, you're looking forward to passing on to your son?" I think we have a lot of fun holiday things. We love the holidays. But I wouldn't really say that I grew up in a household that was like full of traditions when it comes to holidays. My wife, they did a lot of different traditions. They had like the same meals every holiday. They were a lot more tradition based. We growing up, we didn't really have the same kind of traditions in that sense. So there's not really holiday traditions I look forward to passing on. One thing though is probably just like our football traditions that my wife and I have. I think going to family night and going to preseason games together and just training camp and those kind of traditions, I think I'm really looking forward to. I think if there is a holiday, one that I do look forward to passing on or kind of doing with my son is on Halloween. My wife and I always go and get like the spooky pizza from Papa Murphy's, the take and bake place. It's like once a year we eat Papa Murphy's, the take and bake, um, but it's Halloween and it's always awesome to do the tricker, the boo lantern pizza or whatever it's called. But I think that's the tradition I'm looking forward to passing along. I love that question. My mouse is being silly, so sorry I had to click over here. Sam Sam says this is the kind of lead that would cure me in real life. Yeah, but even in real life, dude, I don't know why we're blowing this team out so bad. The last week we won 21-0, but prior to that, we we had a tie game. We lost. We've gotten blown out a couple times. I don't know. I don't know why tonight it's just clicking, but um, yeah, this is the kind of lead that I need in life, just to feel safe. Yeah, we're not done yet. Ron's just putting up the points. All right. I think that's Tully's second on the night, too. I don't know why we're suddenly just grooving here, but all right. Patrick said, "What's your favorite TV show currently to watch? What is my favorite TV show currently to watch?" Oh boy, I gotta be honest. I feel like we don't. My wife and I right now just really aren't watching much TV. We watch a fair bit of movies with our son. We'll put on. He's like loving Clifford the Big Red Dog. There's like a movie on Netflix. I didn't even know they made it. Just different things like that. But I would think, oh darn, I think right now my favorite one to watch is probably Malcolm in the Middle. I've been rewatching it. I wouldn't say it's my favorite show by any means, but right now I've been in the rewatch stage of that. Otherwise, Futurama is one that I throw on a lot in the background. I absolutely love Futurama. So those are probably my two go, like my Malcolm in the Middle for a rewatch because they're doing that reboot, and then Futurama. MJ said, in my opinion, the '90s had the best movies. Yeah, I would agree with you there. I think the '90s. You look at like 1998. 1998 had such a stellar lineup of movies. It seems like right now we don't see too many like, and maybe it's because I don't see ads anymore. Like I used to, you'd watch TV and you'd see ads. I just don't see ads anymore. So maybe that's part of it, but it doesn't feel like you have as many like unique, fun movies as you did in the late '90s. Ooh, Brad coming in with a good one here. Brad said, "What is your favorite movie of all time?" Um, boy, I've only seen it a few times, but one of my favorites is Interstellar. I had never seen it. Saw it was saw it was on. Look at this background I can get. I could get the Romeo Dobbs or the Packers chocolate. Wow. Um, saw it was on Netflix and I turned it on and loved Interstellar. Interstellar was phenomenal. But my favorite of all time, it's kind of a darker movie, is probably American History X. Um, ooh, some good ones. People are saying Mighty Ducks, Heavyweights, the cartoon dinosaurs. Great as a kid. As an adult, I question myself. Yeah, see, that's how it is. Like you love certain things, and then as an adult, you're like, what is going on here? I rewatched one that I rewatched not long ago as an adult was Billy Madison. And as a kid, I absolutely loved it. And as an adult, I was like, there are some very strange scenes where he's just yelling gibberish. And as a kid, I was just like belly laughing about it. And now as an adult, I'm like, what am I watching? I doubt Kirby's going to win tonight. I don't think he's on here tonight. Speaking of which, let's get the giveaway going here again. If it's your first time watching, if you're new here, only enter one time throughout the show. We will be we'll be drawing the winner at the end of the show. So we do, if it is your first time, we do an episode, or we do a game in the season where we'll play it out, and then we have another season where we're only acting as GM. And this is where I need your help, because I am going to ask you this question. I gotta keep the lights on and read a thing from Nicolet Law, who's making these giveaways possible. But last week we ended in our season where we're GM. I think Jordan Love is 32 or 33 years old. And I ended by saying we're at a point where it feels like we're doing a roster reset. Micah Parsons just retired. And so I said, do we do a full reset, and do we trade Jordan Love and stack some picks to try to get some crazy talent to play for the team? Or do we keep Jordan Love and just ride with him? So I need you guys to let me know, should we trade Jordan and try to draft a better quarterback, or try to draft a young quarterback? Or do we stick with Jordan and ride him out through the rest of his career as a Packer? But let's get a huge thanks to my friends over at Nicolet Law. I couldn't do these giveaways without them. So I really can't thank them enough. Injuries don't just affect your health, they affect your entire life. Nicolet Law understands that. They're a Midwest-based injury law firm that helps injured people navigate insurance claims and medical bills. Nicolet Law fights for what's fair and doesn't get paid unless you do. If you're injured and unsure what to do next, get in touch with Nicolet Law. You can call them at 1-855-NICOLET or head over to nicoletlaw.com. Huge thank you to Nicolet Law and their team for being proud sponsors of the show. All right, let's get into this other one. Patrick says, I wouldn't call the almost said Nicolet Law reboot. I wouldn't call the Malcolm in the Middle a reboot because they're bringing a lot of the old cast in for a newer Malcolm in the Middle show. I don't know what to call it. Maybe, yeah, you're probably right. I said reboot, but I just say it's a reboot because you're kind of rebooting up a show. American History X is a classic. It is. It's a dark one, but not the mama. Dude, Dinosaurs was a wild show. Doesn't it end with the asteroid coming too? Like, I'm pretty sure that's what happens. The final season is getting like them kind of all cozying around. Trade him to the Jets. Nathan, you might be onto something, my friend. I think we have to trade him to the Jets. Everyone's saying trade. But the thing with trading Jordan is I want to trade him for the top draft picks I can get, right? So let's see where we're at. We're at the playoff bracket. We didn't make the playoffs this year. So let's advance a week and see where we're at. I heard Sean Clifford might be coming back. All right, everyone's saying trade. Let's run this. All right, let's see. Are the Bears in this? The Bears, I think, won the Super Bowl last year. Let's see. First off, let's take a look at what we have. So we have prospects, some quarterbacks, top prospects. So that's promising, right? If we can get a top 5 pick, we could probably land a pretty solid quarterback. Let's the hell's this? I don't care about this. Sorry guys, I was hoping that it was going to let me. Can we? All right. I don't care about storylines. I was hoping that it was going to let me like select who I need to scout a little bit. All right, here. Super Bowl Colts versus Cowboys. Let's take a look. I'm sure. Wow. Did Joe Burrow retire? He wins MVP every single year, and now he's not even in the conversation. He must have retired. Let's see if the NFC. No Packers. All right, we're just not doing a good enough job of drafting and developing here. Oh, Waukesha's getting a tornado warning. Stay safe, guys. Stay safe. All right, we are going to trade. Looks like we're going to trade Jordan Love. Let's see if we can't get 3 first-round picks for him and maybe then some. Cowboys win the Super Bowl, beating the Colts 7-24. Let's see here. Staff file week. We need to hit on. If we trade Jordan, we need to hit on a quarterback, though. That's the big thing. Dude, I don't know that I want to sign a halfback. 2 years, $9 million. Okay, I'll try. Nope, he's testing free agency. Hey, Joe, good to see you. Joe said, do I want to jump on live stream night 2 of the draft? To be honest, man, as much as I would maybe want to, I doubt I will be able to. Streaming's always tough for me to jump on other things with my family, my little kid, my little one. So I appreciate the offer, but I don't know that I could. I would have to look at my schedule. So feel free to shoot me a message, man. And I'll see. Odds are good that I'm not going to be able to because night 2 is on a Friday night, which makes it even harder. But shoot me a message. I can look at my schedule. All right. Anyone from the Packers retire? Let's take a look because we got surprised by Micah retiring last season. Justin Jefferson retired. His 1 year with us. We'll never forget the Packers legend Justin Jefferson. All right. We got Theo Lockhart, who's the 99 overall quarterback as a free agent. 27 years old. That's pretty wild. That's pretty wild. Halfback. I don't know. See if we can't 3-year contract to an old wide receiver, 31-year-old wide receiver. All right, we're gonna try to sign Aiden Hutchinson. We got we got cap money right now, right? I don't see where it is, but we got cap money. We need a couple pass rushers. This one's 26. 91 overall. Let's see if we can't. Oh, nope, I do not have draft. I do not have cap. What is going on? How do I have negative $6 million in cap? Just kidding. Boy, that makes it tough. I guess we're not doing anything in free agency. But let's can I trade Jordan now? All right, GM. Let's go to trade center. It says I have 19 million, but I put in an offer. I would have thought we would have had more than that, but I'm guessing our new year hit. A lot of people don't have the cap for them. Everyone's cap is like negative on the right-hand side. I don't know if you guys see that. Does anyone have cap space? How's anyone going to sign anyone? All right. I guess we're going to have to wait till the draft. But we don't have money to sign anyone in free agency, it doesn't look like. So let's Patrick said I take that quarterback. Yeah, it'd be nice if we had any money to sign him. We only have 19 mil. And I think we made an offer to Aiden. I don't know that he signed with us, but yeah, he signed with us. We needed a pass rusher. All right, let's 19 mil. Oof. All right, let's see if anyone has. Am I gonna have to trade Love before the year begins? Broncos have draft. They have cap. AFC team, they have the number 1 overall pick. Interesting. There's no way they do this, right? Didn't think so. I doubt they do this. Yeah. So they have the number 1 overall pick. They're not. I don't think they're gonna give that up for Jordan. Would have to unload some other stuff. Jordan being 83 overall does not help us because we need a. You know what? Let's go back to the Broncos. Let's do this. Let's go their number 1 pick. And let's try to add. We have the draft pick from the Cowboys. Of course, we traded away someone to them, and that defensive tackle that went on to do big things for them, apparently help them win a Super Bowl. So of course, one of my first round picks is a 32 overall. Boy, that's not looking good, guys. That is not looking good. No one has the cap space for this. I don't get it. Where's everyone's cap space at? The Saints are the only one else with cap space. And I don't want to trade player for player. Do we give Jordan that rough of a contract that it's coming back to bite us? He did have a pretty high contract, if you remember that. So Patrick says, please tell me Williams isn't higher. I bet you he is, to be honest with you. All right. Let's. Ooh, we're close. All right. I mean, what's his cap? You're kidding me. Come on now. Now you're just being silly. All right, Jordan's gone. He's a member of the Saints now. But let's go to the draft. They're going to take a quarterback first overall. But we could package. We have a 9th overall pick. We have a 32nd overall pick. We could probably package 2 of those to get to the top 2 or top 3, I would think. So let's skip ahead to 1 pick. Don't care. They took, has to be a quarterback, right? All right, let's take a look at these quarterbacks. Neither of them are the talent of a top 5 pick, which is unfortunate. So I don't know that we want to. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think we can just take a guy. I don't think we can just take a guy that's around 2 to 3. This is a terrible draft class for. All right, guys. We are officially. We're going to tank it. The season's a tank, guys. So we are going to skip ahead to our next pick. And we're tanking. This is a sometimes you need a tank a year, right? You need to tank a year. We're gonna load up on some first rounders next year. Aiden Hutchinson, sorry, man. We got the 8th and 9th overall pick. We're gonna trade it. Let's see if we can't get the Broncos next year pick. They drafted high. Maybe we can get their first and their second of the following year. Sweet. Okay. And now we are going to, I could have probably gotten more, but I don't want to sit here all night and whatever. And now we are going to do this next one. And we are going to do that for, I didn't even look to see who's drafting high again. Let's go with Seahawks. Oh, Dakota's calling it here. Can you trade those picks for a high pick for next year and then just tank the season? We're definitely going to be tanking here. I would trade Aiden away, but I can't do that because I offered him guarantee money. We're going to be paying, would have so much dead cap from him that we need to keep him. All right, so we're going to take their first. Let's see if we can get their first and second next year. Yeah, we could have got that from. We could have probably got 2 firsts. Once again, just don't want to sit here and all night and whatever. We got holy cow, it's already 8:30. Oh my. I'm running late, guys. I am sorry. Once we get through this draft, it's going to be quick because we're going to be kind of tanking on the year. So let's see here. Lions were another one. They're going to beat us twice, but if they're going to have a bad year, maybe we can capitalize on that. I don't know that maybe I can get fired. I don't know. That's a good question. I think I might have firing off. So we'll see. Hopefully I have firing off. I don't think they can fire you for one bad year, can they? All right. Who wants this pick? After this, I'm going to sim the draft once I get this. Because I don't want to keep wasting our time here. Whatever. You can take my first for next year's first. Okay. Skip ahead next. So Let's trade away this, see if we can't get a first. Just trying to find a first. That works for me. A couple seconds. Cool. Nice doing business with you. All right, let's skip to the end of the draft. Unless we got something here. We're just loading up on picks. Second and a fourth. All right, you don't normally trade in the division, but all right, end of draft. Let's see if I get fired for tanking. While we're doing this, we'll draw the winner. So as you guys are, we're gonna be doing that. So if anyone needs to be added that did not get added, that did not fill out the form to get added for the giveaways, speak now or forever hold your peace. You have about 2 minutes. Because I'm going to start this advance. We're going to go to the regular season, and then we are going to be skipping ahead to the end of the year, and seeing where we tank at. All right, I'm running late here. All right, let's get in these giveaways. While that's doing its thing. Bonus one tonight. I'm going to go. God, there's a lot of good ones. I'm going to go. We'll go Chris, because he asked a really great question about the traditions, and I'm a sucker for family. But man, there's so many that were rewarding, to be honest with you. Cool. Looking over everything. So Chris, you are going to get a double entry tonight for asking the question. I feel bad because Steve asked a lot of good ones. I hate doing that. Like, I think it's a fun rule to do a bonus one to get people going. But then there's always so many where you're like, man, there's so many good questions that I could choose from. All right, you have until we see Patrick. You had a few good ones too, man. You won back to back not long ago. You're all right for it. You're all right. All right. So we did not make the playoffs. No, what? We're the first round? What? We have a bye week? At 11-6, we are the first round? Who is our quarterback? What is going on? Where did we get this quarterback? Is this one of our Sims? No, he has 1 year in the league. Dude, I was ready to see like a 2-15 record for. Well, we don't need to draft a quarterback now. I guess. What? What the hell is happening? Wow. All right. Let's see what draft picks we got. And we have the first overall pick from Denver. We have the first overall pick from Denver. We have 9th overall from New England, 11th, 3rd, and our pick. Holy, dude, this could be a game changer for this franchise. I'm still not expecting us to win the Super Bowl. I still think we're going to get bounced. Yeah, we got bounced. No, we didn't get bounced. Okay. I still don't think we're going to win the Super Bowl. But that makes 0 sense. And I'm sorry if you guys are just waiting for the giveaway. Okay, so we lost there. No, we didn't. What the hell is going on here? So the Packers and Bills in the Super Bowl. My pick earlier, Patrick. All right, let's see who wins. No players in the MVP. Are we coach of the year? We are not coach of the year. I'm sorry, guys. I know I'm running late here, but I did not expect this. Offensive rookie of the year, nope. Defense, nope. 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 Dude, what is going on? No one's in this list. I didn't expect us to get here. All right. Is it Super Bowl week? All right, here we go, guys. Let's see if we got one. And we lost 35-29. You know what? Hey, that's a fun one either way, right? Like, how cool is that? That we have the number 1 overall pick still. That is hilarious. And we don't need to worry about a quarterback now. But the question becomes, we have the number 1 overall pick. Do we trade it? Because we could get 3 first rounds and 3 second rounders for the number 1 overall pick. And we could still draft top 5. You guys let me know. Do we load up on picks and just drop back to like 4th or 5th overall and load up for future seasons? I think we do. That was unexpected, man. I was not expecting that at all. What a fun way to what a fun way there to end. But let's get this giveaway. We are far over time. I apologize, guys. I did not expect that. I think we're trading it. All right, here we go. Giveaway wheel. Good luck, everyone. We got Chris on there the double time. Good luck. Luke, who lurks in the shadows. Let me know 1 through 50 if you could, up or down. Dakota says, does that affect you down the road with having to pay first rounders? So it would if I hit on all of them are going to come due at the same time, their contracts, which makes it tough. The odds of me hitting on 4 first rounders that I want to retain, probably pretty slim, but I don't know. We'll see. It does impact drafts. Luke says 14 and up. Congratulations, Luke. 14 and up. You get number 15. Luke's always been a big supporter of the show, from the podcast, the live shows. He's always lurking in the shadows. All right, Luke, you snagged yourself a Mike Daniels 8x10. Congratulations. I think I still have your address, but I'll still reach out to you just to confirm that nothing's changed. Sorry to keep you guys a little late tonight. I don't try to do that, but definitely a pleasant surprise to be where we're at. Thank you guys all for watching. Thanks to Nicolet Law for making these giveaways possible. I enjoy these streams immensely, so I appreciate you guys being here, asking such great questions, hanging out with us. Really, you guys make the show. It wouldn't be anything without you guys. So thank you guys so much. Hope to see you next time. Same place, same time, all that fun stuff. And as always, stay safe and go Pack Go.